What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It's a little bit later today than it normally is when I film. It's about 8:30. I should be in the house right now watching Big Brother with my wife, but I got a custom jig order today and I want to get the jigs poured and painted so that way I can get the skirts on them and the weed guards in as soon as possible. So I'm out in the garage. It's late. It's like 8:30 or something like that. It's like 80 something degrees outside right now. Probably hotter in the garage than it is outside, but the weather's sucked out here lately. But I'm gonna walk you through these jigs that I'm gonna make tonight. We're gonna talk about some different stuff that's going on, so stay tuned. Check out today's video, check out me making these jigs and some other stuff that I got going on. So these are some spinner baits that I've got going for the US Open I got coming up. We got some Hildebrand blades on there with some owner hooks, and these ones obviously still need to be put together. And then we got some Ned rigs right there, and this little guy right here, this little darter head. It's pretty cool. I like this darter head. I make it myself with my dual bolts. It's got a 2/0 hook in it, and that's a little bit bigger than what I've been using, but this thing with that 2/0 hook is pretty nasty. It's gonna be great on some swim baits. This Ned rig right here got a little oversized 2/0 hook in it as well. I'm gonna be making some of those up. I got some owner hooks that are gonna go into that Ned rig mold as well. But let's get back to these jigs, but I wanted to show you guys a couple things before we got started. Also tonight I posted a Instagram and Facebook post about some t-shirt designs, and this hat right here with the logo on it. I got some apparel going. I haven't bought enough to offer it out to anybody or anything like that yet. I got some stuff for myself to kind of figure out if I even liked the way any of it looked, and then that way I could kind of survey you guys to see if you guys are interested in it and see what you guys think. And then maybe what I'm thinking about doing is doing like a pre-order or something like that. So basically what you guys would do is you would tell me what you would want, and then I will order everything and you guys will pay in advance, because, and I'm going to be completely honest with you, I can't afford to go out on a limb and buy all that product and those shirts and then them not sell. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna offer it up as pre-orders. I'll probably take orders for a week, then get everything made. So there's gonna be a little bit of a delay from when you make the purchase on when you actually get your product. But at this point, the only way I'm gonna be able to do any of the apparel or offer any hats like this one or any shirts like I'll post later, or I might even put them in the video just so you guys can see in this video some pictures of the shirts that I had made. The only way I can do it right now is with those pre-orders. So comment down below if that's something that you would be interested in. So let me know what you think of the shirts and the hat, and if it's something you would be interested in buying. So comment if you would even be interested in that. Let's get started on these jigs. So unfortunately our lead isn't quite ready yet. It's got to heat up a little bit longer before we can get to actually pouring these jigs. But while we're waiting, I want to show you some jigs that I made up the other day. These two jigs right here are for sale up on my website, mattlunafishing.com. Right here we got a brown with a little green pumpkin highlight, and we have a green pumpkin with a little bit brown highlight. I've got only 15 of these jigs available on my site. They are only $2.50. If these colors are just something that you do not want but you would like to get some jigs, they're available in 3/8 and 1/2 ounce. And you would definitely just want a different jig skirt, like a brown and purple, brown and black, black and blue, whatever. We can make that happen, but the weed guard and the brown colored jig head's gonna have to stay for now, just because I don't have enough hooks and components to get everybody going on different colors that they would want for right now. So if these are anything that you are interested, go over to my website, mattlunafishing.com, click on the shop, and then you will see these jigs listed under the different products, and they are only $2.50 each. Great price on some jigs. They got good hooks in them, 5/0 hooks, and these things are gonna catch fish. I really like the way these color skirts turned out. I think they'll work well for you guys. So this is the mold that we're gonna be using tonight to make these jigs. The final product is gonna look just like this guy right here, but obviously it's gonna have a weed guard in there and the skirt and everything. But we're using a 3/0 owner hook, the 5304 hook. The customer wanted 3/0 hooks and like this owner hook, so that's the one that we're going to be using today. And this lead's just about ready to go, but I wanted to show you what hook and what the final product's basically gonna look like. All right, so the customer wanted to get some 1/2 ounce jigs, some 3/8 ounce jigs, and some 1/4 ounce jigs as well. And what we got to do is we also got to put our base hole pins in there, just like so that we have room for our weed guard, and it makes it so you don't have to drill everything out. It's just a nice convenient way to get everything placed in there. But we got our hooks in there, we got our base hole pins put in there, and these jigs are ready to get poured. I'm gonna let this mold heat up on top of the lead pot, so that way like these base hole pins are kind of cold right now. I just had to get some acetone on them to get some old paint off of them from when they were in some jigs earlier. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this mold nice and hot, so that way all my jigs pour nicely. So one thing I'd really like for you guys to do is, if you haven't already, please sign up for my email list. If you sign up for my email list, you will get a free ebook automatically emailed to you for signing up. It's all about what bass eat. It talks about crawfish, shad, and bluegill when the bass are going to be targeting those different types of bait. So go check it out. I just put out in my email list too some awesome ways that you guys can help support me, because I want to fish professionally. I want to chase my dream and do that, and I can't do that without you guys, because essentially what I need is an audience, and you guys viewing this video right now are part of that audience. Part of that is me producing content, you know, obviously showing you how I use my It Molds or the 6th Sense baits or different stuff like that. So in the description of this video, make sure to go check out the links that I have in the description of this video. There's gonna be discount codes listed for all the different companies that I have relationships with. And I highly encourage you and I ask you to please support those companies, because the more those codes get used, the more of an impact I have with those companies and with those businesses, and hopefully that will in turn make the deals that I have with them grow and get better and help me get closer to being able to really achieve my dream of fishing professionally. And I can't do that without you guys. I need your support, whether it's buying products from different companies that I'm associated with, whether it's GCI, 6th Sense, tackle from Omnia Fishing, or wherever it may be, or even just tackle that I make myself. What I'm trying not to do with myself is I don't want to be a tackle company. I don't mind making baits like I'm doing tonight and offering them out to you guys from time to time, but I don't want to be someone that's continually making baits to have my own tackle company. I want to promote products that I like and try to connect you with those products and hopefully be a good ambassador for that company in order to promote their baits. And at some point, I would imagine, my hope is that I won't be doing this stuff to the scale that I've been doing it in the past, but right now it's what I gotta do. But I highly encourage you to support the companies that support me, and make sure to check out the description down below for discount codes that are gonna save you money and really show support for me with these different companies that I have relationships with. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel. I'm really trying to grow this YouTube channel, and I need those subscriptions to do that. Let's get back to those jigs. I think my mold's ready to go. Let's start pouring some jigs. So one of the things I like to do from time to time to heat my mold up is literally just put it on top of the lead pot. That lead pot gets super hot, and that heat's gonna transfer up to that mold. It's gonna get everything hot inside the mold, and it's gonna help you to get nice, good, complete pours in your jigs or whatever items you are pouring at that time. Okay, so it looks like everything's ready to go, so we're gonna start pouring. We got one right here, second one right there, and the final one right there. Based on everything came out, I have a feeling these are gonna turn out well, and then we'll be able to get on to our next set. So what I was trying to avoid is this incomplete pour right here. Hopefully it's coming through good on camera, but that's what I'm trying to avoid. But one thing that's nice about working with lead is that you can melt that lead back off the hook without damaging that hook and get a complete pour, just like these ones over here. They turned out really well. So we're gonna have to redo that 3/8 ounce one and get that one good to go. So what I like to do when I get an incomplete pour is I just like to set that hook right over the top of the lead, and it will end up melting itself off without damaging that hook, just like so. We gotta get it a little bit further in there, and then that lead's gonna melt off just like that, and this one can go right back in to my mold like so. You gotta be careful though, because it's gonna be hot, but we should be good to go now. We'll re-pour. Okay, so I just re-poured that jig and it turned out good. That one's good to go. So it's time to put 3 more hooks and base hole pins in there and get 3 more jigs going. So instead of boring everybody with repeatedly pouring these jigs over and over again and taking up your time, I stopped the video and just poured all 15 of these jigs. The customer is only ordering 13 jigs. 3 of them are ½ ounce, 5 are 3/8, and 5 are 1/4. So I had 15 of these hooks ready to go, so I poured 2 extra ½ ounce ones for myself. The only thing left to do on these is just shave down the top of it, just so it's a little bit smoother where the sprue gets cut off. So I'll do that right now, and then we'll get to painting. So when it comes to filing down where the sprue gets cut off, it's really simple. Just take a file and just smooth that out just like this. It doesn't have to be perfect, because the actual powder paint is going to cover up some of the imperfections, but just something like that is good enough. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to smooth it out so it's going to give it a nice round shape. So we're going to do that to a bunch of these, or all of them for that matter, because I want to get paint on all these before I'm done out here tonight. So we're going to get these all filed down and smooth, and then we'll get to painting all these. And these are going to be all brown painted. The ones that the customer is wanting me to make for them are going to have green on one side. It's very similar colors to what I showed you in the beginning of this video that I have for sale on my website, but instead of it being kind of like the mixed brown and green, they want brown on one side and green on the other side, so it's 2-tone. All right, so we got our fluid bed all set up and we got our heat gun ready to go. It's time to do some painting. Okay, so when you paint these jigs, you just hold them over the heat, whether it's the heat gun or whether it's an actual open flame or torch or something like that. You just got to get them hot, hold it over the heat for, I don't know, this is a ½ ounce, so about a 20 count is probably good enough. Then you're gonna dip it in here, turn it or spin it around a little bit, get the excess off, and that's what you basically want it to look like all said and done. So if you were watching while I was painting these jigs, when I was done painting them, I would take the base hole pin out right away. The reason why I take that pin out right away is because you don't want the paint to dry all the way, because when it's time to take out the base hole pin, you'll end up chipping all around the hole right here where the weed guard is going to go in. So now that I'm done painting all these, I'm gonna clean the eyes out because I got paint in these eyes. Some people like to cover them with something. I haven't started to do that. I just clean them out with this little eye cleaner right here. I don't remember the specific name of it, but it'll be linked in the description of this video, just like the mold, these hooks, everything else. All that stuff's gonna be linked in the description of the video. And if you guys follow my content regularly, even on all my fishing videos, all the stuff that I'm using in those videos and different tackle suggestions are all gonna be linked in the description. And some of those links are actually affiliate links through omniafishing.com. And what that means is if you guys decide to buy something by using those links, I end up getting a small commission, and it shows them that my content's working and creating sales for them, and it also helps me by getting me a little bit of money in my pocket. And if you go to omniafishing.com and you want to buy anything and it's your first time going there to buy anything, use my code LUNAFIRST15 and you'll get a discount off your first purchase. I'm going to finish cleaning out these eyes. I'm not going to bore you guys with it, but the next step is going to be going into the oven to bake this paint on. All right, so all these jigs are ready to go. I cleaned the eyes out. Sorry about the lighting, but it's just dark. Normally I film during the day so I get all the light coming in through the garage, but not right now. But these things are ready to go. I'm gonna put them in the toaster oven and get them baked up so that paint doesn't chip off. So the only things left with those baits are gonna be the weed guards once they get dried and done being painted or baked in the oven. And then we just got to put the skirts on. I've showed you guys how to do that in the past. I'm gonna link that video in the description as well, so if you want to see, you know, from start to finish how to make a football jig from start to finish, put this weed guard in, put the skirt in, I'm gonna link that in the description of this video so you guys can check that out. Obviously we're not gonna have a completed jig in this video, so if you really want to see what these jigs look like once I'm done putting them together, which would probably be tomorrow sometime, you can email me or hit me up on Facebook or Instagram, and I can send you a picture of it if you want to see. Don't forget to comment down below about if you'd be interested in any of the shirts and hat like the one I got on right now, if you'd be interested in purchasing any of that stuff. Hopefully you guys think the styles that I put together suit you and you think it's cool and you want to wear it. Let me know in the comments. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do so. I really want to grow my YouTube channel and I need those subscriptions to do that. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out the description for a bunch of different links on products that I used in today's video. So once again, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching and stay tuned because I'm getting a new boat and I'm going up to the shop on Saturday to get it. So stay tuned for that video coming your way probably early next week. I'm going up on Saturday to get it. Super pumped. Thanks again for watching, and that's going to do it for this one.